What's happening? Dustin here with Dustin's Customs, and today we're going to be installing a Niilight light kit. It's like a light bar, but there are these lights right here. These Niilight, I think that's how you say it, Niilight. So I bought their wiring harness that comes with the relay, and it's a wiring harness for 2 lights. So I'm going to put 2 lights on this tractor right here. I'm going to show you the steps of installing lights, the switch, and running your wires. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. All right, first off, I found this factory hole right here. I'm gonna drill it out to fit this switch right there. This is what the wiring harness comes in. It's a relay like this, a switch, a fuse, and then the wire runs down. And it's got one spot for lights here, and then another one down here. I think I'm going to be mounting them on that bar right there. So I've took this switch right here and I've kind of just eyeballed this bit right here, and it is about 3/4. This is a 3/4 bit, and I'm pretty sure that should fit. This hole's just a little bit too small, so this used to be the headlight pull switch. I'm going to go ahead and stick in the new switch there. Okay, so I found a grommet right here. There's already a hole. I pulled the grommet out, and the switch fit in there perfectly. So that's where it's gonna go. Okay, so we got the switch mounted right there. I'm gonna take this relay right here, and I think I'm gonna mount it to that bolt right there. That fits pretty good. I'm gonna run the cable down through here. It would go along the side of that out to that bar right there where I'm gonna mount them, or I'm gonna come across here, which I really didn't want a cable from here to here showing. I want to hide the cable, and I'm going to bring it through that tunnel along that beam to the front. Okay, so if you were wondering what these Niilights come with, they come in the package just like this, foam, so they're well protected. They have a slide nut built in already. That slide nut goes to this bracket right here. The bracket comes with it. Now, originally I thought the bracket went like this to mount it, but it doesn't. The bracket goes like this. You use this right here with the Allen key. It comes with an Allen key it's hard to get that little sucker to stop moving. So it screws in just like that. So this bracket goes there. Then it comes with this 3/8 bolt, a washer, and a lock nut for each one. This one you would slide into the bracket first, just like this, and it locks in there. That way you can tighten it up once you got the holes drilled. Now come this way and I'll show you how that works. So I've got my holes pre-drilled. So the washer would go on first on the bottom side, then your lock nut, and then your nut. Okay, so this is how it's mounted. I got a washer and the Allen key. It comes with a pre-supplied Allen wrench. That goes into this slide bolt here. This right here gets pre-installed, or you won't be able to get it in because you can see it's close, it can't move. But once that mechanism is all together, all you do is drop it in, and then you can adjust your angles how you see fit. Okay, now that I've got everything loosely mounted, I drilled a second set of holes here because at first I thought the bracket wasn't going to work. It's okay, I'll put a light bar there. We'll get this thing lit up like the 4th of July. So now we have the wiring harness. That set goes there, this set goes here. The Niilight, I think that's how you pronounce it, comes with a few extra fuses and these connectors. All you're gonna do is take the wire from the light right here and connect these connectors to that and connect it to the wiring harness. I've left everything loose, that way I can fine tune it when I get there. now that I've got these connectors on the light side that they provided, this would be the male end. The wiring harness comes with the female end that's already pre-installed, pre-crimped. The wiring harness is for a heavy duty light bar, so it's thick, it's a little bit overkill, it's got a relay, but later on you could add more lights to that switch and not really have to worry about the current. So now all you're going to do is connect the female that's on the wiring harness to the male that's on the light side, red to red, black to black. Like I said, just male to female. You got to work a little bit to get this rubber in its place. Be careful, if your crimps aren't good, they will pull out, so make sure you do a good crimp job. You kind of just finesse that rubber in there. Now what I'll do is I'll figure out how I want to run this harness. I got this extra wire, so I'm gonna run it along here. I'll probably take these holes that I drilled and run a zip tie and zip tie it up tight. And then down through here, I'm probably gonna run this wire through here, and then I'll double up this wire kind of like that, or I might go like this and zip tie that together, and then I'll zip tie up to this frame rail. I'll drill a hole in the frame rail. There's an edge along here. I'm gonna pop a couple holes to run a zip tie to the frame rail there. That way that wire is nice and tucked up in there. Right here will hide inside of this frame rail and this frame rail. We'll go ahead and tighten these bolts up. Now it comes to the wiring harness. Like I said, I'm going to mount the relay to that bolt right there. Positive to positive, negative, negative. We already have our switch installed here. Since I didn't use this hole right here, I'll have to get a grommet to put there. And like I said, here's the old switch. I'm going to go ahead and leave that wiring because we're probably not going to... I might use it for something else down the line. That was unrelayed, unfused. Or no, it did have a fuse. I lied. There's the fuse. So we'll get back to you as soon as I get this tidied up and show you the end product. Alright y'all, this is what I came up with right here. I mounted my relay right here. The only bad thing about mounting the relay right there is I'm going to have to unbolt it to take the battery out. This battery's been really good to me. It's 5 years old and it cranks every time. The only thing I don't like is how these wires the 3 wires kind of do like that, but when I unplug the switch, unbolt this and this should be able to flop back and I should be able to pull the battery if I ever need. I will have to unbolt that. I might find somewhere else to bolt that, but it's a pretty clean install, to say the least. Goes underneath this panel right here, and that just locks down like that, and so you ain't ever gonna see it. Mounted the switch right here. The switch does light up. I don't know if you can see it lights up. So that'll be, I'll have some illumination. Do need to fix my dash light. For the install on the wiring, as you can see, I just tucked that wiring up in that channel right there. I'm probably gonna drill a hole so I can mount just like that, zip tie it up a little tighter. You know, if you have branches or anything else. But that's the finished install. You see down here is my old ones. I'm going to take those off, and I'm probably going to mount some more of these. These were on sale for $15. Normally they're $20. They're Niilight, N-I-Light is how they spell it. So I'm going to put some down here too, I think, and then eventually fix the original headlights. The original headlights really do you no good because they're behind this bar. This is an aftermarket Massey Ferguson piece that you can buy, but as you can see, their headlights are behind that bar, so they're pretty useless. But I'm going to use these to point up into the air. I'm going to get 2 more right there to point down to the ground so I can see with the bucket. Got forks on it. I'm going to be building a grapple so I can grab brush. I got a whole lot of brush. As you can see, I just brush everywhere. That building right there was encased in brush. My shop is encased in brush. The house, you know, down there is pretty clear, but so those will clear the bucket when the bucket's down low, and then I'll get another set for when the bucket's up in the air to shine the ground so I can see what I'm doing. Pretty clean install. Like I said I was gonna do, I drilled holes. Let me get a light. I drilled holes right there to attach the wire along that ridge. As you can see, just drilled a couple holes, popped it, kept it away from this exhaust right there. That should be plenty of clearance. It's pretty far away, and pretty clean install. If I do have to say, I just pulled my tool cart out here and, you know, worked. Okay, for the tools that I used for this job was a 1/2 inch, 7/16, and an Allen key that comes with the Niilights. These Niilights do look pretty bright. It is the daytime. I'll get some night footage, and we'll see how they look at night. I was hoping they had a high and low beam, but they're just one setting. That's what they do. Pretty clean install. It could have been a little better. I think I could have ran it a little differently, but for now that's gonna work. I can at least get some work done. During the winter is mainly when you need these lights, but it'd be nice to have all year long having some actual lights on there. A little brighter than what I had before. Easy install. The wiring harness from Niilight was $9.95 off Amazon. Pretty solid wiring harness. The relay, everything worked beautifully. The connections. If I were gonna say you're gonna put some 4x4 lights or some lights on your tractors, I would suggest their wiring harness. They do have a wiring harness that is a little beefier. This one is kind of overkill for these lights. They're only 60 watts, but it's nice to be able to add some along the way. But the Niilight lights, the very solid construction. The heat sinks are built in right to the back of the lights. I think they're gonna last for a good while. They're $15 on sale, normally 20 some dollars. The Niilight wiring harness, definitely worth getting. Go ahead and spend that extra money. Don't use speaker wire or something like that. That extra money, having a clean wiring harness, will definitely make the install that much easier and look better. Like I said, this is Dustin's Customs. This is just a set of lights that we are installing today, but hey, that's okay. It's just some lights on the tractor, but some of you guys may need to get some lights on the tractor. Back there we got the Mustang. We are going to be working on that. I got some new pipes in the mail this week. I got a carburetor for a moped. I'm going to be trying to make a yard moped. We'll get into that a little later. Maybe I'll start welding up on that turbo kit for that Mustang later. But I got lights on the tractor. I can take care of all this brush on the property. When it's a little cooler outside, it's wintertime, so I don't have to worry about that now. But like I said, I'm Dustin. This is Dustin's Customs. Join me for more videos to come. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.